I've tried to make this video like 5 times. And 3 or 4 times the sound is turned off at the end of it. So I uploaded it and part of the sound was gone. So I'm going to redo this. I had a new subscriber 6 days ago, Paul Nichols. And I didn't know who it was. And I looked at his stuff and I just didn't feel good about him. And so there was a red flag there in my spirit, so I blocked him. So then after that, I searched around and I figured out who he was, even got pictures of him. So I would recognize him if I saw him. And he turned out to be a co-supervisor on D shift with Lieutenant Nichols, which I talked to Lieutenant Nichols a week and a half ago at the Anniston Police Department because the lesbian that lives down the street, her sister is also a lesbian, and they set me up and Amy, one of them, was parked in front of my house. And when I came up the hill, I was confused, like, what are they doing? Who is this and what are they doing? And they came down the street and blocked the street. And when they didn't have to, I mean, she had been sitting there waiting on me. All she had to do was just go ahead and pull down into her driveway, but she was waiting on me. And so she saw me coming up Bryan, saw my headlights, and when I come around the curve down there, I sat there like trying to figure out what she was doing in front of my house. Like, who is this? Well, she comes down and blocks the road, but she calls the police and says, I'm blocking the road. And 9 people were out there at me, including 3 that were in the car, and one of them was cussing me out and trying to boss me around. She was like 16 years old, 17, trying to tell me what to do, and I'm 65. Like, that ain't happening. So the police get there, they listen to them, won't look at the video, won't look at my dash cam, and so I just went straight down to the police department and talked to Lieutenant Leach. And here, about a week later, this Paul Nichols, he subscribes to me, and something just wasn't right. So I blocked him and figured out who he was, and he works right beside Lieutenant Leach. And by the way, I have nothing against lesbians. I don't care how you live. That's up to you. I don't judge you. I'm not your judge. You know, if you harass me, we got problems. And it's because you're harassing me and not because you're a lesbian. So don't pull the lesbian card. Just because I named what you are, that's all I did. It's just a descriptive term. But that's your lifestyle. I don't care what you do. So the only reason we have problems is because you're harassing me. And you're a problem down there with your dogs running and people running in and out of your house. It's obvious. Listen, when you look at other people, they don't have people running in and out of their house. People that live common lives, that don't do drugs and drink and party, and they don't have people running and coming and going from their house. Family, maybe some, but it's not a continual thing. And so I talked to Lieutenant Leach about it, and I plan to take it somewhere else too. I just haven't got there yet. But 3 days after I get this new subscriber and I block him and I figure out who it is, he actually walks into a restaurant that I'm in out of town. So this restaurant was really busy, and I was patient. I waited on them. They didn't wait on me for quite a while. Didn't bring me a drink or anything for quite a while, and I'm glad I waited because the food was good. It was worth the wait. Tea was good. So I'm sitting there with my headset on because I don't care for that kind of music that was playing there that night. Didn't even know they played music. And so I've got my earplugs in and I'm listening to my music. I listen to Christian music, so I don't really care for that kind of music. And so this Paul Nichols walks in with a woman, and they go to the deck where the music is playing, and evidently one or two things happened. Either he sensed I was fixing to get up and leave and make a video of him, or he got tired of waiting on them to wait on him, and they left. And I saw it was a black truck that's around me a lot downtown, which that happens a lot. Police, EMTs. I got followed into a restaurant just a week ago by EMTs. And this night, when Paul Nichols came in, there was already a family sitting really close, next booth to me, that I'm pretty sure that they were associated. I think I've seen pictures of them somewhere associated with the Anniston EMS. Today, I left with my sister and brother-in-law to go out of town on a little trip. We went to Peach Park, and when we got to Sachs Road, Anniston EMS crossed over on Old Gaston Highway in front of us. So I get harassed and stalked by leadership in this town. Not only leadership, that here's the lesbian, there's this one, there's that one. And then on top of that, I get stalked and harassed by leadership, people who should be in leadership in this town. Anniston EMS and people and police that are sworn to ethical behavior and sworn in to be a service to their community. Listen, the police will not talk to me about the mess that goes on over here. We got rapes and murders going on, Quintard. We ain't got time. We have to, we got to prioritize. You're not really important. But I must be important enough for you to follow me out of town to a restaurant. So there you go.